Hello, Summoners, and welcome back to the second match of the Pro Gaming Series 2017 Spring Split, powered by Bacchus Energy Drink. And of course, I'm Vulcan, and joining with me for this match too is Yuko. So, our second match now is between Rebirth Gamers Hub versus Acclaim Empire X. Of course, Acclaim Empire X is the defending champion. So, what can you say about their standings last week?
They're really aggressive, and I could see that Acclaimed Empire X may have their shaky moments, but they actually got to win the last match. And speaking of these two teams, did you know that Acclaimed Empire X is leaning more on the macro gaming, whereas Rebirth Gamers Hub is more on the micro? And speaking of these two teams, here is the schedule.
So right now, our game would be Acclaim Empire X versus Rebirth Gamers Hub. This is week 2 of the day 1, and of course, we also have a second match tomorrow, which is day 2. And of course, it's on the screen right now. We can see it. And going back to your discussion about macro and micro, what gives more impact to a game? Because of course, macro is big, micro is small. Do you focus on the small aspects of the game or the big aspects of the game?
I think both sides have their pros and cons, given that if you're on micro, you tend to highlight the objectives, what happens if something goes wrong, whereas as macro, you have more push, more poke, and just more power.
So it's like you're picking up that little bitty, details and making it big. That's micro. And micro is big already from the start.
That
so
is true.
Acclaim Empire X, they play more. What did they play again?
They're more on macro.
Macro. Rebirth Gamers Hub, we saw their play style. It's really with more passive or submissive. And now we'll be going to the MVP of the game, which is Yuko.
Of course, XXOSen with his LeBlanc. Have you guys seen his LeBlanc's damage? It was really all over the chart. It was off the chart.
It was insane how much he controlled the game and really pressured Genski Esports to the corner. Like their corner, they don't know what to do. Like, what's EXO gonna do? He's so slippery, but yet he is so hard to track down.
Here we have the standings.
Of course, the standings in the previous game of Mineski is 4-0, and right
Such
now
a
the game
clean
right
win.
now it's Claim 1-3 against Rebirth Gamers Hub 0-2. So these are, we know that they're the defending champions. Let's see what they can do or show us that they can come back from their defeat last week.
And Rebirth Gamers Hub might want to focus on their rotations, compositions, and as I'd like to say it, their plan Bs. Or if something goes wrong, what will we do to counter that?
So of course, if everything goes wrong, what's your plan B? And if you go in everything with a plan A and no plan B, you will lose trades.
Yeah, that will be hard.
You will lose trades, you will lose objectives, and without further ado, we will be going to the drafting phase. Let's see what will they do. What will their, plan B? Not the plan B, but plan B.
Plan B.
In the 10-ban system. Of course, 10-ban system, Yuko, is, what can you say about it?
Instead of banning 3 champions per team, they will ban 5 champions. And like what you said earlier, they can disable a team, they can abuse that. Like earlier, they banned so much jungle champions.
So in terms of kill participation, we saw that which team had the more kill participation?
Kill participation wise, I'm going to have to lean on to Acclaimed Empire X, given that they're more on team fights. Thus, they need more kill participation, especially with calculated there.
Okay, so without further ado, we always talk about this now. Let's see it in action. The 10-ban system is live, and of course, Rebirth Gamers Hub is on the blue side. Their first ban is LeBlanc.
They got scared of that LeBlanc earlier.
Oh, I would be personally scared of that LeBlanc. It's like, it's for that champion, I think he should have skin. It's just erasing everything it sees. And now Acclaim responds to that with the Maokai. Why? Because last week we saw that Ning Ebida pick up Maokai twice in a row. So seeing that, they banned it, knowing that maybe this is his only champion, or maybe it's not. So it's about playing games which had the advantage or not. Second ban, it's a Zac. Of course, you don't want to face a Zac with its early jungle presence.
And here we have a Katarina. We actually saw how calculated was, I wouldn't say dominating, but his presence as Katarina was really, really high. And he can really roam. He actually doesn't mind leaving his lane for the sake of helping his team. And that is a huge and good thing.
Of course, when you're in the mid lane, you would push as far as you can, as fast as you can, so that you are available to help your teammates in the top lane, bottom lane, maybe responding to their jungle if there is a skirmish going on. With the first banning phase done, we see a lock in. with the Kha'Zix. Of course, Kha'Zix is one of the most slippery junglers and assassins with that unseen threat just shocking anyone. Say, well, that was the damage it dealt to me. I was not expecting that. So okay, we see that Acclaim Empire X responding with a Rek'Sai and a Tristana.
And here we have a Varus and a ooh. This is the first time we actually see someone lock in a Janna. I think Janna's ult will be really useful given that not only does it heal, but it can also push away the enemy champions and her Q and W.
This is actually a direct counter against a Rek'Sai who is so skilled in going in undetected. And when Rek'Sai burrows on the ground and of course just pops up like that, he's actually untargetable until he pops up. So it's going to be denying that utilities with the Janna pick with the Monsoon. And on Claim Empire X, calculated with the Morgana, this is going to be securing their support role or maybe a mid role. And
It's
now
a flex pick, so
it's
it
a
could
flex
be either.
pick. So we're in the second ban phase. Misfortune and Zyra support ban.
They wouldn't want those kind of champions in the map ever again.
No, not anymore. No more Misfortune. Please, no more Zyra. We've seen it all too many times. And of course, a Malzahar ban. A Malzahar support, powerful. Poke, presence, and sustain. That's something a support if that's your support, offer sustain, poke with the mana, and also damage. That's all-in-one utility. It's like you have a second burst champion. Of course, you see them locking in their final picks with a Trundle and a Syndra mid. Oh, Syndra is one of the most powerful bursters in League of
That
Legends.
is true. And looking at the bans, here we see Camille being banned again. Well, Camille is one of the most banned champions. I wouldn't be surprising right there. But here we have a Lulu support, so Morgana is probably in the mid.
Of course, Morgana in the mid lane against a Syndra. That is interesting because Morgana has that spell shield, denying crowd control by the Syndra, Scatter the Weak. Because with Scatter the Weak is needed to set up the ultimate of Syndra that bursts down its target. But Morgana has a spell shield, so we might see an interesting matchup. We'll see who really has the advantage. Because with that said, it's an even matchup. And in the bottom, it's Tristana and a Lulu. Interesting to see that a Lulu with a Tristana.
It's not something you see every day.
It's something you don't see every day, but it is actually beneficial. So with the player, let's go on to the player matchup. But with that said, we can see their player statistics. And with Ni Ebeda, KDA is just 1. Gold per minute is GPM. And of course, kill participation, who it goes to? It goes to Claim Empire X because they are more fond of team fights.
That is true. And like I said earlier, Ni Ebeda actually got camped last time. So I actually got sad given that we were anticipating more from him. We wanted to see more of his power or talent, if you may.
Of course, with the Maokai top, you're expecting a lot of respawns with the teleport top lane because Maokai is such a is a champion designed to push as fast as he can so that you can respond with the sapling and arcade smash combo.
Also with the AoE defense and all of that. But, well, here we have another game and we'll see what Ni Ebeda can do.
Of course, this is Search and Win is still live. It's still ongoing. So make sure you are paying full attention to the game because the link will just show there for a minute and be prepared to type in that link so that you can win a prize.
Again, if you want to type in the link, do not type it onto the browser that you're using right now to watch us. Open a new tab and you might, it's fine if you don't type in HTTP. You might just want to go straight to goo.g and enter the code.
So what can we expect? I mean, with all the stats shown, which team are you more leaning on to?
I'm more curious on what acclaimed Empire X will have to do given that we have a Morgana and like what you said earlier that Morgana can be a huge pressure on Syndra.
So to wrap it up, we're going to the live in-game shortly. So please pay attention to the Search and Win. Of course, everyone keeps asking about it. Where's the Search and Win lane? Where is it? Is it going to show again? Where is it? So, you should be prepared. And we can't really, keep telling you where it's going to be.
You got this. I'm going to say it anyway later in a bit.
So right now, we see the player profiles loading up the screen. We are now in the loading screen against Rebirth Gamers Hub versus Acclaim Empire X. So this will be their first game and this match 2 of day 1 in the second week of the Pro Gaming Series 2017.
I'm really hyped to see what Acclaimed Empire X and Rebirth Gamers Hub will push and show us.
Of course, now guys, we are now live on the Rift. This is their first game, match 2 of the Pro Gaming Series 2017 Spring Split, powered by Bacchus Energy Drink. So let's get straight into the game. And now the interesting thing to talk about is what Yuko is the top lane ni Ebida. Because we saw him in last week. He was camped so hard. So what will he be doing? What will be his strategy with that Trundle against a Poppy?
Given that he had more kill participation last time, he would want to focus and sustain that. Given that, well, I might be leaning onto AEX composition more, but RGH composition is amazing as well. So they have to utilize that and just do what they can. And they even have a Janna.
So we have to really focus on the jungler of Acclaimed Parasites because we've seen Tams really consistent with the ganks. And Niebida with the Trundle will have an advantage against the Poppy because Poppy is tanky, but when you hit that subjugate onto the Poppy, it will cut its defenses down by a lot. So in the bot lane, this will be the first skirmish of the game. Kinzon he's soaking a lot of damage, exhaust being burnt, and he's trying to get away from it. It's not going to be enough to secure the first blood.
Janna sustaining with all her might. And going back to what you said earlier about Tamsu, that is right, giving that Jaja tends to put more wards. However, Tamsu has more vision all throughout the map.
So Tamsu has more control of his own jungle. That is something you have to really watch out for. If you don't control your jungle, what are you prone to? Sneaky attacks by the enemy team. Your buffs being stolen. You have no control of your jungle, meaning you have no control of the objectives too. So we saw in the bot lane that exhausts were burned, summoners were spent, and who has the advantage right now? It's Acclaimed Empire X with the Morgana. It's a Morgana support instead of a Morgana mid. So Lulu mid is gonna really deny Syndra's burst with the fast-paced growth.
Picks can be really painful when Lulu is in the mid.
And in top lane, not doing much. And of course, Lulu against a Syndra. That's something, it's not really a hard counter. It's an even matchup because when Syndra decides to go all in with the skill, of course, Lulu can deny that with the ultimate, with rapid growth.
Rapid growth, that is true.
With the rapid growth, yeah, that's true. And what can you say about the matchup in the top lane?
Well, top lane, the Trundle versus a Poppy. I think Poppy is more tanky, in my opinion, but Trundle can provide more poke, more aggression, and if Jaja will do a proper engaging as a jungle, and Trundle might even win, given that Niebida, like I said earlier, Niebida needs to put more pressure onto that map.
With first blood being secured by Acclaimed Empire X, Calculated will be giving Jaja the second kill. Oh, but Tamsu denies that with the flash and knockout, but Jaja's not giving up. He wants Calculated's bouncing gold, but he does not get it. So Jaja will have to back away and, you know, chillax for a while.
Tamsu's response was really amazing. They're giving that Calculated is in a bit of a jizzy there since he was about to die.
I thought it was gonna be a kill for or he was getting this up. It was in kill range, but the thing, using the summoner spell to help save his teammate is really noteworthy.
Clap for Tamsu there, and here for the replay, we can see that Toxic Calculated trying to go aggressive. However, Jaja at behind him and was able to get the kill.
Of course, what happened there is really that a lack he did not respect the damage of the mid laner. And now in the bot lane, Genvi with the spell shield does not get knocked up by Zhao. Janna really denying the crowd control of the bot lane, and in the trade-off we see that Kinzon is taking a lot of damage. Tamsin rotating to the bot lane, and respond to the bot lane gank is now the jungler of Reaper's Gamers Hall, which is Jaja.
Actually, a random trivia that I've been wanting to wait.
He's not gonna give up. The binding does land, but there will be no follow-up because that's under a turret. That's so risky with a Janna, because Rek'Sai, of course, is gonna be really squishy under a turret. And if Zhao lands that Howling Gale, it's gonna be a knockup, and it's a really long knockup, so it'll be a third kill for them.
Cannon actually dropped the skill at the right time, being that earlier he was able to shield the teammate, and that Corrosion Shell just came up at the right time.
I like to say that Rebirth Gamers Hub is stepping up their game, but still not focusing on vision. If you see in the minimap, we see that Acclaim Empire X has more vision compared to Rebirth Gamers Hub, and we see Jaja, you know, picking up the right time to sneak in, because Kha'Zix is known for counter camping. Leap in and leap out, get the kill, and get out fast. That's what a Kha'Zix is supposed to do. While as a Rek'Sai is about sustaining a fight. Get in and stay as long as you can so your teammates can follow up with your knockup.
Actually, as I was saying earlier, it's just for trivia's sake, but last time the AEX had a game, their enemy put down 97 wards, but Endless Ace was able to take down 45 wards.
That's a
Like,
lot.
wow.
So it's that vision control that you have to be noteworthy. Of course, words are important. They win games. That's so much words.
And because-
96.
For me, because of that, AEX was able to win, and I actually talked to Endless Ace earlier, and what he said was he just didn't know he was taking down so much wards. What he was doing is once he sees a ward, he's just gonna take down that ward and keep on doing it again and again.
Of course, you don't want any. You want to have a word advantage or vision advantage, because
And
vision.
over vision.
All for vision, securing objectives, you don't want anyone to have that advantage. If you let someone have the advantage, it's gonna cost you big.
Between Varus and Tristana, who are you? Which has more power or burst?
Well, if you talk about Virus, he's a poke damage ADC, whereas Tristana has incredible range with its basic attack. So in my opinion, I'm leaning more towards a Tristana because of its ultimate. It knocks away the enemy, has that special escape with the leap also, because if he gets the kill, the leap gets reset. It's like a mini Kha'Zix ADC, so it's like a Kha'Zix but an ADC. So, and also the Tristana is more empowered because of the Morgana's Black Shield.
And let's not forget Morgana's Soul Shackles that can just save that Tristana anytime.
Calculated, rotating to the bot lane. The bind does not line up to Kenton, but the exhaust will slow him down, giving Calculated his kill.
Zhao's skill was the perfect time, however, Calculated was just know his timing, and that's a good thing.
That was his second kill of the game. So now he has a 2-0 KDA. What will be built into? It's gonna be a Lulu. Because Lulu is a champion that's known for blocking damage, denying burst, and making sure a high priority target is saved. Because what Syndra is doing is to really target someone who's very squishy and delete it instantly, but Lulu will be countering that.
That is true, and looking at the top left part of the screen, we could see that a next dragon will be an Eternal Drake.
So we see that long range storm by Toxic, focusing all their might onto Calculated. There is the rapid growth by Lulu, but there's the flash burned by Toxic to secure the kill onto Tonzo and Kenson over the wall, free hitting us without a problem. That was a perfect positioning for Reverse Gamers Hub, and that's gonna be escaped by GenV, leaping away from trouble.
That was a very witty placement from Kinzen, giving that Morgana just couldn't see him. Thus, AEX just had to back away.
You see, that position of Kinson was exactly the perfect situation for Reaper's Gamers Hub, because what the Empire X was trying to do was to invade. They were in the offensive side, but in defensive, Reaper's Gamers Hub responds to that with a really great placement by their ADC.
Such a witty placement from Rebirth Gamers Hub. Gotta commend them for that.
So it's gonna be just, not really aggressive for now, because it's when we notice the team fights, it's not really like who has the upper advantage, who has the upper hand, who has the lead. It's about responding. It's about how many are you in a team fight, and that will win you.
And I think they're just trying to gauge their enemy's capabilities and how far their skills can go. And here we have Tamsu just here in the jungle. I'm actually curious on what Tamsu has planned when it comes to vision, given that, again, his vision was top-notch during their last game.
Because of course Rek'Sai is known for counter jungling really good because of its passive, Tremor Sense. And with that said, looks like Acclaim Empire X will be going for the first Drake without a problem, but I don't think Reverse Gamers Hub will allow them to have such an easy first Drake Dragon. And here comes Kinzan with the chains, will connect onto Calculated, focusing onto that. Here comes Toxic, but is forced back by their they see Genvi with
Ni
their
Ebida just teleported at the right time, and while AEX was being pressured onto the right side, he took that advantage and took down the Infernal Drake.
We clearly saw that Genvi didn't want Toxic anywhere near him, but just spending
away.
the pushes away. Because wait, I don't want to be bursted down. Please step back. And with that said, Rebirth Gamershof secures the first dragon of the game, which is an Infernal Drake that's gonna give more power for Toxic's burst.
I'm looking onto the lanes. I think the bot lane has the highest chance of having tensions and clashes.
With that said, I wonder if Acclaim will still be playing the offensive side, because it's always RGH, responding, not starting the fight with the Janna, with the Monsoon. And I think it would be reckless for Tom to just go in blind, knowing that there is a Janna who has the Monsoon ready to click in if he decides to go all in.
So far, we haven't seen much turrets being down, but Ni Ebida earlier at the top lane was pushing closer to the tower but slowly backed away.
I'd like to talk about the Keystone Masters. I mean, Poppy with that Colossal Shield will be really benefit for its survivability. But knowing that the Shield of Poppy is nerfed, duration is a bit shortened, but I don't think that's gonna be a huge impact. Knowing that Poppy will be in the front line, soaking the damage almost instantly.
They will just have to utilize onto that 3-second shield, and we'll see what will they do from there.
And we can see Calculated building towards defensive. It's gonna be an Abyssal Sub, maybe an Abyssal Scepter will be his first item, picking up that Necrotron Clock to really, shield against that Syndra's burst. And we see Tamsu really in a bad position at the wrong time,
down.
just annihilated.
Seeing Calculated as Lulu is a bit of a hitch for me, given that last time I saw him as Katarina. But so far, he's been really efficient as Lulu with that wild growth and all, just even picks.
So with what happened with Tamsu there is that he relied too much on the Tremor Sense instead of a real vision. Because when Rek'Sai goes under the ground, he has really limited vision unless he has any wards nearby. So I guess he wasn't expecting to be 4 people in the top lane just like that.
Toxic should really focus on Calculated because, again, Calculated keeps on roaming, and Kinzen has this high possibility of putting wards, and those wards are really efficient.
Oh, did you see that Dark Bind just landing on the Kenzon? He pushes them towards the turret, trying to get some turret hit, but the Monsoon will be sustaining Kenzon. His HP won't be going down easily, but now Cannon landing his ultimate, but will Kenzon go down? He has that Bloodlust Keystone, and now Calculated rotating to the bottom lane. Will be targeting onto Kids, and he goes down to Calculated, and now Tamsu onto Zhao. Genvi decides to go into the party, gets the kill on Zhao.
A perfect synergy from AEX. We could see that Morgana was going to the front line. However, while Cannon slowly went back, Calculated popped out of nowhere, Tamsu following, and everything just went back into the right place.
That's what that Morgana, that sneaky over-the-wall bind signaled Genvi that he can go all in. But I guess the Monsoon really delayed Kinza's death. But that was a cleanup by Acclaim Empire X, getting the first turret of the game. So this is what happened. Because you know what Rebirth Gamershof lacked. They were running away, but of course there's so many gap closing champions, so he can't run away. And
Zhao didn't have any choice.
And he didn't have any choice, and they expended all their resources onto that Varus.
And we can see that. Well, Calculated fresh with another kill, just pushing onto that mid lane.
And we see Endless Ace clearing out wards, like you said. When he sees a ward, he
I'm
can.
actually curious on how many wards will he be able to clear out now.
Here comes the Ebida, but Endless Ace pushes him onto the wall, stunning it. And now this is gonna look messy for Acclaim Empire. This is a fight they do not want to start. They're only 3, they're lacking members. But here comes the flash in, stunning Cannon instead. They try to leap all onto Toxic, but Toxic's ultimate secures the kill onto Cannon. Here comes Tamsu with a knockout, but that's so bad. Why did he go in knowing that they're lacking members? Genvi is not even in the team fight, giving Rebirth Gamershof Niamida a double kill. That's gonna be a 4-0 for Acclaim Empire X, and that will be going to the Dream Herald.
That was Rebirth Gamershof's answer to AEX Cash earlier. Like, you think, yeah, you're ahead of us. Nope, we're gonna Go with plan B. We're gonna push and we're gonna take you down one champion at a time. And blue team has
Secure the Riptail. With the Riptail, there's gonna be a lot of lane pressure. This is what happened. I really felt that Acclaim RGH should not have fought that flash. But still, this is what happened. Calculated still went in. Why did they decide to fight when they knew that they couldn't go in? And also Tamsu went in, but we saw Calculated instant just disappeared without a trace. And that just, it was a pure cleanup by Rebirth Gamers Hub.
I wouldn't think it was overextending, but I think it was a wrong placement since he did use that wild root, but didn't really help that much.
The Dark Bind landing onto Jaja. Canon has been a bit, consistent with the Dark Bind. When you see someone, because that bind is so long, like, it makes you feel like you're AFKing the whole game because if you get landed by that. And
One bind equals AFK.
it's Morgana's bind is so powerful that the whole team thinks you AFK because it's so long. And knowing that Rebirth Gamers will be getting, will try to get the second Infernal Drake of the game, but I don't think AEX will let that happen. Teleport coming in from the top lane with Endless Ace. This is gonna be a dance in the Dragon Pit. Who is gonna lead? Who is gonna have the upper advantage? We can't really tell because
Tension is really heating up right
it's
here.
really heating up, and we can see clearly that AEX is scattered too much, whereas RGH is really grouped up together. Because why? They have a Syndra, and AEX, Acclaim and RGH cannot group up against a Syndra. You're just showing yourself, hey, stun us. 5-man stun, 5-man stun.
They're
and
just taunting them.
they don't want that to happen. That's why they're so scattered, and they're afraid of the burst by Toxic.
And I'm actually curious on what will happen given that they would charge in the dragon and slowly back away. Calculated earlier was getting a few hits from putting a few hits onto the Infernal Drake.
It's all on the Canon to land the Dark Bind. He landed it, but will Tamsu follow it up? He does not follow it up. Now it's gonna be Canon really isolated from his team.
Calculated with that low-key killing on the Infernal Drake though.
And here comes Canon, stunned by Toxic, but will he go down? Toxic secures the kill onto him. Poppy really controlling the flow of the bind, flinging away Jaja, but Jaja can go in just in time for the team to catch up onto AEX. Genvi out of position. Why did he stay there in the middle of everything? Why? Because he leaked into the fight. You do not want to do that with a Tristana. When you leap into the fight, you should have a reset waiting to leap out. So with that said, Rebirth Gamers Hub will get the second Infernal Day. That's going to be 16% more AP and AD. A present for Toxic.
So much presence, so much power, and so much push to the point that they got the Infernal Drake as their prize. A huge kudos for getting through that clash.
Because AEX really was scattered. Knowing that Toxic Syndra is that stun, AoE stun is so big. So here's what happened. You can clearly see that Canon just disappear without any trouble. The Evita was flinged away because we know that Poppy really controls the flow of battle, and this is what happened.
Calculated even flashed away, but you can see that he was killed nevertheless.
He flashed away, but still AEX committed too much into a losing fight, and Genvi had no leap anymore because we saw that he leaped in. Burning the flash is still not enough because there's a Rek'Sai, there's a Trundle, there's that Syndra with I said it before, the Scatter the Weak, if you max that first, a huge stun range.
That is true. It would be a huge advantage on your team. If you were one of AEX team members early and you were in that clash, what could have you done to save a couple more champions?
I wouldn't really say because I'm not that skilled, but in my opinion, I don't think you should have fought that fight. It's really a bad...
You could have backed away.
It was a really red light for me that this is going to be a bad fight, knowing that they wasted all their resources onto that Morgana.
And look what we have here, guys. Here's the link. Open a new tab. Do not type it onto the tab where you're watching us right now. Open a new tab and just type in that code.
And now Jaja picked off by Acclaim.
Jaja killed Calculated earlier and Calculated killed Jaja, so that's like a revenge.
It's
Hashtag
a
revenge.
5-man manhunt onto Evita, and he goes down without a fight. It's a 2-0 trade. They are now grouping up. Just picking up the members of RGH is what they have to do. Because when they're grouped up, it's something that you don't feel comfortable knowing that Toxic can just pinpoint, click, delete, any member of AEX.
I told you, AEX is really into team fights, and look, their group right now, they just kept on pushing, taking down those turrets at the top lane.
And Tamsu sneaks into the backline to secure Toxic, and Endless Ace bangs him to the wall, stunning him and securing that kill.
Janna could not do anything and just slowly backs away.
Janna, of course, was really far from that, range. And now we see a teleport respawn by Niebida. Will they let AEX go? I mean, it's gonna be a chase, and they are gonna push through with the chase. But Keeper's Vertex keeps them at bay, knocking them away. They really don't want to fight right now. But RGH is really testing their comfort zone by Jaja securing the kill onto the Morgana, and now Jaja can just leap in, but flashes in to try and secure the kill. Another kill by Kinson, the ADC of RGH. Right now, I don't know what happened with AEX. They were really pausing. They didn't know what to do. And now, with 3 members gone, that entitles them again to another objective. We saw this happen again in the Dragon Pit. We see it again. It's gonna be a Baron. The first Baron uncontested.
More Barons, and more buffs, and here we have another Baron. I think RGH morale is really boosting up right now, given that earlier, I thought AEX was more on the winning side, given that they were able to take down 2 turrets.
Oh, that's what happened. The virus ultimate landed so well, stunning 2 members of AEX. And now we see Calculated stunned again. That was a really nicely played by RGH for that crowd control. And that setup entitled them to a sweeping cleanup, giving them a Baron and Golden Fang.
Summoner spells were used, but I think those were really useful.
I mean, you have to spend something to earn something. Of course, RGH spend less but still earn more. It's a risk factor you have to see. I mean, is it worth to use all this for this? And of course, it's worth it. They got the first Baron, and this is gonna be a Baron play now.
We could see Tamsu and Calculated slowly backing away with 3 members from RGH pushing through that mid lane.
I'm not really sure that AX should play like this. I mean, they have Baron. They should siege. They have a Tristana. Tristana is known for securing turrets really quickly, but can't really monopolize on that when the enemy has a Baron. You can't do that. So right now you have to play defensively, wait for the right time to strike, waiting for their Baron buff to run out, but I don't think RGH will let that happen. And we see that Cannon really trying to land the Dark Mine to signal a to signal the teammates to go all in, but it's not gonna be really nice.
Do not overextend, do not have misplacements, because you will never know when that mid turret will go down.
It's really tense right now for AX, because if they lose the turret, the inner turret, it's gonna be a landslide. Next might be the inhibitor turret, next might be the inhibitor, and our Calculated waste popping his ultimate to survive the damage from Toxic. But will that be enough? He flashes away, but I don't think it's gonna be it. Janvi had to flash away too because he's very low in kill range. And like I said, when you take down the inner turret, the next will follow. It's gonna be an avalanche. Next, it will be the inhibitor, and RGH is really making use of that Baron play. It's gonna be really bad for Acclaim Empire X, because knowing that Toxic has so much damage thanks to that Infernal Drake buff.
Cannon and Endless Ace could not do anything earlier while RGH was in the base. That they should just back away, and they just had to give up that turret and inhibitor.
Like I say, when you give up an inhibitor turret, then it's gonna really follow. Next is gonna be the inhibitor turret, next is gonna be inhibitor, and now they've also got the dragon.
More buffs for them, and we'll just see how RGH will play this out. And what will AEX do to counter this? They need more rotations, they need more plans, more push, more poke.
More push and poke, because right now it's a push composition for AEX versus a bursting composition by RGH. Because right now we have a Syndra and a Varus, that's poke. While Acclaim and Varus is push, because they have a Tristana, they have a Lulu.
Looking at the CS, we can see that Varus has the highest CS, so it could be really useful.
You really saw Toxic landing that stun because of you land those balls on the ground and pushes away. It's a really long range stun, and people really have a hard time locating the stun range. It's so hard to see where it finishes off. That's why they're getting caught off guard with that stun.
Nice placement from Toxic. Like, he could just foresee what will happen if he lands those balls onto that area. Here we could see Niebida just on the bot lane.
Yeah, but are really responding well with that Trundle, with the Ice Pillar, really blocking off any escape routes for Acclaim Empire X. 3-1, Trundle finishing up the Ravenous Hydra will offer more pushing power. They have a poke damage and also they also have push damage. Tamzo out of position, he has to get away, but that crowd control will not let him get away. Cannon flashes away, but here comes Toxic with the secure kill. Calculator might be next, but he's surviving with the ultimate. Gibber's Vertex saves his life, but not enough. Triple kill for Toxic, and now it might be a Quadra. Endless Ace flashes it over the wall, saving his life. But man, you saw that trade 3-0, showing Rebirth Gamers Hub their damage. Pure raw damage by Toxic.
3-for-9 trade is like they're really making a statement that they will and will push, and now they took down the top tower.
They took down the top inner turret, and the next will fall. It's gonna be a cascading effect. Now inner turret is next. Next will be, of course, the inhibitor with 2 members down. Rek'Sai just spawn right now. Tamzu in spawn range, and the Calculator just have 8 seconds left. Will they defend this turret? Will they defend their base from further damage?
What will AEX do, given that RGH is just knocking onto their base?
With 2 inhibitors down, that entitles Rebirth Gamers Hub more control of the map. Because if they try to contest an objective, they have to also see where the minion wave is at. Is it on their side? Is it on the opponent's side?
Looking at the top left screen, we could see that the next Drake will be an Ocean Drake. And if AEX would get this, they could just utilize the buff to, go on defensive, just keep on rotating, rethink their objectives, and just have really proper placement, giving that RGH is all over the map. They push, they poke, and everything in between.
Like Acclaim Empire X really having a hard time determining their range. They don't know where they should go in, where should they be at bay to really avoid Toxic's long-range stun with the Syndra. And of course, Kinzon, great job landing that ultimate, really not letting them get away. Synchronizes so well with Syndra and Kha'Zix and the Trundle. Now we see them on the bottom lane, knowing that 2 inhibitors down. Should AEX defend it or give it and just reinforce themselves into their last inhibitor turret?
And you have another turret down in the bot lane. There is nothing stopping RGH right now.
They have to be stopped. This could be their last fight. The stun launch onto Endless Ace. There might be a follow-up by Toxic, but won't. The Toxic goes in blindly, but was it wise? Toxic just bursted through their jungler Tamsu, and now Endless Ace focusing all their firepower onto Syndra. They have secured Toxic's bounty, but will that be enough for them to win the fight? Knowing that Kinson is free hitting as much as he wants, and Jaja just cleaning up the fight with a double kill. This is gonna be Rebirth Gamers Hub game, knowing that it's a 4-1 trade. This is it, guys. Rebirth Gamers Hub played well. They really monopolized on objectives. They pressured Acclaim Empire. It was Acclaim actually, Empire X, doing the pressure, but Rebirth Gamers Hub, they actually countered that pressure with their response to blue fights.
GG, well played. And that was such an amazing match. It even made us stand up on our seats. It was really amazing.
So, like, it was really nice to see the Acclaim Empire X. They really defended well. They tried to get back what they lost. I mean, they were the first one to start the fight.
They were really aggressive during the early part, but we could see that Rebirth Gamers Hub it's like they had a surprise plan. Once this happens, we're gonna go all out, we're gonna push, and we are gonna take down that Nexus.
So with the Nexus down, this gives Rebirth Gamers Hub their first win in their first game right now. So of course, we have game 2 in our second match, and we see their stats. Toxic, great job, really monopolizing the strength of Syndra. I mean, the long range stun is enough, and we can see in the damage
Virus.
rate. The ADC, of course, free hitting and poke damage. Syndra and Virus were the most, they were the center of their team's damage, whereas we can clearly see that Tristana lacked that secure, that kind of, the Janna really, denying Tamsu's entrance.
Rebirth Gamers Hub actually had earlier. They didn't have any win at all, but now they have 1 win. It's like hashtag comeback for Rebirth Gamers Hub. We will see what more will they show us.
So with that said, we'll be having a short break. Please don't go away. We have our second game. So once again, I'm Vulcan, and this is Yuko, and of course, this is the Pro Gaming Series 2017 Spring Split, powered by Bacchus Energy Drink. Don't go away. We have the second game after our break. Could be their last fight. Just Stan Lonzo to Endless Ace. There might be a follow-up by Toxic. But Wool, Thompson goes in blindly, but wasn't wise. So we see that long range stun by Toxic, focusing all their might onto Calculated. There is the rabbit hole by Lulu, but there's the flash burned by Toxic to secure the kill onto Dodger and Tinsel over the wall, free hitting us without a problem. That was a perfect positioning for Reverse Game Assault, and that's gonna be escaped by Jen. Going down easily, but now Hannah landing his ultimate, but Wilkinson go down. He has that bloodlust keystone, and our target rotating to the bottom lane. Will be targeting on the kids, and he goes down to Calculated, and on Thompson onto Xiao. Genvi decides to go into the party, gets the kill on Xiao.
A perfect synergy from AEX and Garena was
Here comes the evidence, but Endless Ace pushing him, pushes him onto the wall, stunning him, and now this is gonna be messy for a claim fire. This is a fight they do not want to start. They're going to keep their lucky movers, but here comes the flash and stunning cannon instead. They try to leap all on the Toxic, but Toxic's ultimate secures the kill onto Cannon. Here comes Thompson with the knockout, but that's so bad. Why did he go in knowing that they're lacking members? Genvi is not even in the team fight, giving Reverse Carousels Niamida a double by Toxic, but will he go down? Toxic secures the kill onto him. Popping, really controlling the broken by flicking away. Jaja, but that is going just in time for the team to catch up onto AEX. Genvi on position. Why did he stay there in the middle and retesting their comfort zone by Jaja? Secure the kill on Morgana, and now that's but flashes in to try and secure the kill. Another kill by Crimson, the ADC of RGH. Right now, I don't know what's halfway, but I don't think it's gonna be it. Genvi has to catch away too because he's very low in kill rate. And like I said, when you take down the inner turret, the next will follow. It's gonna be an avalanche next. It will be the inhibitor, and RGH is really taking use of that fire lane. It's kind of really bad for Drain the Fire X, knowing that Toxic has so much damage to get away, but control was not letting him get away. Cannon flashed away, but here comes Toxic with the secure kill. Calculated might be next, but he's surviving with the ultimate. Gibbers for next saves his life, but not enough. Triple kill for Toxic, and now it might be a quadra. Endless Ace splashes it over the wall, saving his life. But man, you saw that train. This is their last fight. Just Stan Lonzo to Endless Ace. There might be a follow-up by Toxic, but won't. Thompson goes in blindly, but wasn't wise. Toxic just bursted through their jungle Thompson, and now Endless Ace focusing all their firepower onto Cinder. They have secured Toxic's bounty. But will that be enough for them to win the fight? Knowing that Kinson is free hitting as much as he wants, and Jaja just cleaning up the fight with a double kill. This is going to be Reverse Camera's whole game. Knowing that it's a 4-1 game. This is it, guys. Reverse Gamers have played well. They really monopolized on objectives. They pressured Acclaim Empires. It was Acclaim actually, Empire X, doing the pressure, but Reverse Gamers have they actually countered that pressure with their response.
Check, yes, Juliet, are you with me? Rain is falling down on the sidewalk. I won't go until you come outside. check, yes, Juliet, here's